back for another round of Christmas decorating. So this is another video in our series. So if you haven't seen the previous videos, go ahead and check those out. I will link them to this video. In this video, we are going to be diving into the living room. We're gonna do the fireplace, the couch, the coffee table, all of the things. So I can't wait to show you what I have in store in this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay guys, so I'm starting with my flocked pencil tree. This was one of the very first trees that we've ever had, so I've had it for a few years. I always like to keep as much as possible when I add to my collection. So I'm just fluffing this out and I'm going to place this behind my couch in the living room. Because this isn't our main tree, the past recent years I haven't really been decorating it. So I just like it to add a little Christmas touch and decor to the living area since our main tree is not in this room. Alright, so we are starting with a clean slate. I'm sure you've noticed some changes in here. We did get our new sofa sectional and so far so good. I am loving it. Stay tuned for a full review on this model. Pretty clear that things are pretty bare and clean, which is how I like them when I start to decorate. So I cleared off most of the things, still a little fall decor left. All the pillows are gone for the most part. Kept the throw here. These are the pillows that I got in my haul. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I also got a second one for this chair. All right, let's get started with removing the rest of the fall decor on the coffee table and then we can start decorating. Also wanted to take note of the curtains. I changed them out. They were brown prior to, and so we got the cream ones up, ready for winter. Let me first say that I am so much more happier with this layout. I'm glad that we kept the U shape because it's still pretty comfortable and we can also lounge. Like one person can lounge on this side, other person can lounge out on this side, but it just fits the space better space planning all together and just made it much more easier to style this living room. Okay, now when it comes to my coffee table, it's pretty bare, pretty sorry at the moment, but this pumpkin was here for fall. Gonna remove that. And the candle. This is the candle that I used. Removing that. I still have not been able to put the cushions under the vase, so it's gonna stay on the tray for now. I bought some and I just can't for the life of me figure out where I put them. All right, now we can start to style. Okay, so we have the pillows placed. Now we are going to get started on the rest of the living room. So pretty much the coffee table, and then I'm going to layer something on the ottomans just to give it a little more winter flair, and then we'll get started on the fireplace. Okay, so I have two more swags that I'm going to use for this picture light up here and add some red ribbon, of course. So here's another view of my swag. I love how imperfect it is. It's the perfect little touch without doing too much. All right, so we got this side done of the living room. We gotta do the trees. And then I think I'm gonna save the coffee table for last. So I have these trees. I don't know if I wanna keep them in these spots. So initially I had moved this tree to the middle, but I feel like it's kind of off because of my fiddle leaf plant, and I don't think I'm getting rid of that. So let me know in the comments, do you think I should leave them where they are, or if I should scoot this one back over? And I'm gonna scoot it back over really quickly so you guys can see. But before I do, I purchased this bow from Walmart, and it's just like a holiday bow. It was $2.47, and I had not planned on decorating this. I just flipped it out just to add some decor without ornaments. So I'm gonna put this bow on top of the tree, and that's gonna be its only decoration. Okay, so these ornaments were in my last haul. I'm gonna be putting those on my tree. I have these, and then I also have these. So I'm just gonna mix them up. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. I have the two trees decorated and ready to go. My husband thinks I should leave them like this. Here's another view of what it looks like. Let me show you what it looks like if I move the tree over. Center or off center? What do you guys think? Another angle with it centered. But typically I would use the rule of 3 and put like 2 other flock trees next to it, but I am pretty much done with buying Christmas decor this year. I've bought so much, so maybe next year I'll invest in additional trees. Removing these false stems. Probably gonna use the same base like I have been. Okay, and then I have these light up stems that I use every year. I think I got them from Amazon a couple years ago. And oops, I keep them in the package they came in because it just works out that way. I pretty much try to do that with everything I buy. Always take into consideration storage when you purchase something. So I'm gonna assemble these off camera and then put them in. Okay, so these are what they look like. It came with 2 in each box, 2 stems, and the stems are connected, so you can't separate them. And then they each have a battery pack, and I totally forgot to take them out last year, so there was like battery acid in there, so definitely make sure you remove all the batteries from all your things when you're putting them back into storage. But yeah, they're really pretty, and now I'm gonna put them in. Okay, this is what they look like on together. And now on to the candles. Okay, I got all my candlesticks assembled and ready to go. So I'm just gonna place these on my, next to my fireplace, right in front of those pots. I'm gonna go ahead and tie all the ribbons first. This is the ribbon that I've been talking about my whole Christmas series. If you've been watching my videos, then you know what type of ribbon this is, and I'm so excited that I finally get to use it. I purchased it for this exact reason. It's very high quality and it feels amazing. So I was a little paranoid about cutting this beautiful ribbon, so I decided to just try to tie it on there and then figure out how much length I would need and then cut it after the fact. I just did that with the first one, and then I figured out how much ribbon I would need for each one, pretty much guesstimating, and then I would just cut the ribbon like normal for the other candle holders. In case you're wondering, yes, these are a mixture of 2 different types of candle holders. I decided to mix it up a little bit. I have one set that's a lot more modern and one set that's traditional. The colors are a little bit different, but I like the variation, and these are candle holders that I can see using them in the future after the holidays. Okay, so now that we have the candles up, we are going to work on the garland, and I'm going to use some command hooks to start. In case you're wondering what type of garland I'm using the Norfolk garlands from A Floral, and I have 3 of them, and so that's why I'm having to zip tie them together. And then I have an extra garland that is actually from TikTok Shop, and I think I like that one the most out of all 3. So you'll see that one towards the end. Okay, so these are 3 garlands zip tied together, hanging on command hooks. I don't know how much more the command hooks are gonna hold because they're not as large as I wanted them to be, but I have one more garland right here that I need to top, and it's gonna be asymmetrical and cascading on the left side, so wish me luck on adding that. All right, so this is what it's looking like so far. I'm not completely happy with it. I want it to be a little bit thicker on the tail end on the left side. So the top is a lot more thick, but I have these stems right here, and I'm gonna see if I can just stick them in there to thicken it up a little bit on that side and see how it looks. But I'm kind of worried because these command hooks are not that strong. I don't have a mantle, so I think I need to reinforce it. Okay, so now it's time to add the stockings. If you watch my previous videos, you'll see that I'm not using the ones that are in my haul. I had purchased 2 sets of red ones, and I thought the red was just overdoing it. I didn't want it to be overbearing in this area because the ribbon is very vibrant. So I decided to just use these neutral stockings that I already owned, and I just tied a velvet ribbon on one of them, and then I'm adding this bell garland that I've had for a couple years just to add a little gold in there. And I really like how this look is turning out so far. Okay, so I decided to take away the stems and the vases so I could use them for my kitchen. I felt like you couldn't see them that much anyways, so I may or may not add picks to the garland. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does it need picks? We'll see. But so far so good. Okay guys, I gave in. I got some red picks, and I'm going to use these to kind of garnish the garland. So let's see what we come up with. Okay, I'm getting a little worried about the weight of this garland, so I'm going back and reinforcing the garland with some hooks that I found that I forgot about. I will try to link these. These are from Amazon. They are not command hooks, but I like how they're clear, and I've used them before and they came off of my fireplace pretty easily. But yeah, I just don't want this falling down. Okay guys, time for finishing touches. Going back to the coffee table. Can't wait to style this. This is one of my favorite parts, so save the best for last. So I have more of these stems. I'm gonna see if they'll fit in the space. They are a little tall for it. Let's see. Just put a few in there. Gonna bend them so they're not so straight. And thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment down below. It really is helpful for pushing out these videos. I appreciate you taking out the time out of your day to support my video. And until next time, God bless.